People deluded, I'm back again. I see a lot of tier lists in relation to football content, so I thought, why not make my own? Let me allow me. Blood. Blind ranking every Arsenal player. People deluded. I'm back again. One love for tuning in. As some of you will know already, again, in terms of football content, tier lists or tier rankings or squad rankings seems to be content that a lot of content creators are making. I've never done one, so I thought I would offer my honest and brutal opinions on every Arsenal player currently within this squad at the time of making this video, because as we know, the transfer window is still open. Give me 2 seconds. I'll share my screen and we'll get into this, people. As I said, give me 2 seconds, not literally 2 seconds. I know there's one of you smart ones out there. Now, obviously, using the website Tier Maker, let's get into it. Ignore all of these footballers: Harry Kane, Sergio Aguero, Oblak, Godin, Ramos, Messi, Ronaldo, and Cristiano Ronaldo at Juventus, actually. David De Gea, who now plays for Fiorentina, Mane, Lewandowski, Icardi, Mbappe, Marco Reus, Ospina, Son, Varane, Modric, Paul Pogba, Van Dijk, Neymar, Eden Hazard, and I don't know if I said Modric and Sergio Aguero. Went off on a tangent, but it felt like a bit of a quiz show, and I thought I said a couple of their names. It's only right to say them all. You can see why I struggle to stay focused at tasks. But yeah, below them, obviously the website I'm using has pre-made templates. But I've screenshotted every Arsenal player technically currently still at the squad and in and around the first team. So let's crack on, people. We've got start, rotation, bench, minutes, probably towards young players, sell, and as you can see there, crap. Now, where should we start? Easy one, Bukayo Saka. For me, where's the Saka one gone? But the Sakadinho, there you go, my buddy. We all know Bukayo Saka has to start. We'd love to be in a world where Bukayo Saka, where Arsenal are so good, looking at Real Madrid, if any of their midfielders and attackers have poor games, they might find themselves on the bench. We'd love to be in that scenario. Equally, we'd love someone that could rotate in for Bukayo Saka and save his legs and rotate him. And obviously, as I just said, if his form is poor, drop him. Right now, Arsenal don't have that. Arsenal are not the same without Bukayo Saka, our star boy. He's probably most consistent at the Emirates, if I'm honest with you, and goals win games. He's up there and he makes decisive actions and he's getting better and better. So easy doors, Bukayo Saka. Lewis Skelly, because that was the next one that got my attention. Miles Lewis Skelly is central midfielder by trade. You would have seen him in pre-season in that left back inverted role. I don't know what the squad will look like within the next 18 months, 2 or 3 years, but I don't know how long Tomiyasu will be here, and I don't know how long Zinchenko, who has 2 years left on his deal. And naturally, in terms of pre-season, we all know when the season starts, Kivior is ahead of Miles Lewis Skelly at left back. But in terms of what Arteta demands from that inverted role, he's doing quite well. So when the games do dictate, I think there needs to be minutes for him, people. And the next one that caught my eye would obviously be Ethan, who should be getting minutes. Now, I want to stay clear of saying a breakthrough season, because it's not like the Arsenal when, ironically, Bukayo Saka, previously Smith Rowe, Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah, and somewhat Martinelli came through in that we're fighting for a league title. Every point counts. For me, Ethan needs to get minutes. When there's an opportunity to give him a 10 minutes here, a half an hour there, an occasional start, probably in the cup competitions there, I think he's doing all he can. I think we need to be patient, but I think he's on the cusp of stuff. And Mikel Arteta has kind of alluded to it. He said, the opportunity is more or less there. Take it. He's a very good, talented player. You'd imagine with potentially Reece Nelson leaving as well as Smith Rowe, he could kind of get the minutes they had and more. So we'd love to see the Haaland boys get some more minutes. For me, in terms of crap, I'm sorry. I think Marquinhos is crap. I'm not going to lie to you. Big him up. At the end of the day, I'm on YouTube. He's playing for Arsenal Football Club, technically on loan in Brazil. I don't know what we saw in the scouting reports that said we should spend 3 million quid on him. The nicest thing I will say with him is, can we turn that 3 million into 6 million? I just think he's crap. Now, football's a funny old game of opinions. I don't think he's good at all. I'm not going to lie, Carl Hein, I think you're crap as well. If I'm honest with you, you're a decent keeper. You've improved. I am being very harsh, but I just don't think you're going to make the grade at the football club beyond maybe a third, if you're lucky, second choice sort of role. You've gone on loan to Real Valladolid. I'm open to being proven wrong. I would love Marquinhos to, look like a Neymar or something, because we've got an option. Equally, Carl Hein, if he was of a certain stature, we might be looking at, what we're doing in terms of bringing in a second and third choice goalkeeper, dependent on Ramsdale leaving. So yeah, I just don't think you're making the grade. Who else have we got? Reece Nelson, is probably time you're sold, although I don't know if he'll actually be sold if and when Arsenal are able to sign an inside forward. Kivio, I would say sell. Now, from a footballing point of view, I don't mind Kivio. I think he's a decent player. I think he could be part of the squad. I think he can provide squad depth. How much football that extends to, I'm not too sure. For me, the big disappointment with Kivio is I don't know what he does outstanding. I know he hasn't naturally played as a centre half, but is he really that great? Even at left back, 1v1 defensively, is he really a difficult opponent? I don't think so. That being said, when he came in for Rob Holding, I believe when we was wearing these shirts, he did well as a right centre half. I do think fans are harsh on him for getting ripped against Leroy Sané, and I do think people are harsh on him for getting turned over by Bernardo Silva in the 0-0 draw, where he actually had a good game. And there's obviously been good games, but I just think it's time to go, really. Beyond being a squad option, don't think you're really an option Arteta wants to play in that inverted left back role. Centre half, I would love to wake up and you're a quality player, but I'd rather explore Timber, Benjamin White, Saliba, obviously Gabriel, they play there, Tomiyasu, and actually Calafiori. Now I completely forgot about Calafiori in terms of more minutes. So I think Kivio, simply put, just needs to be sold. If I'm completely honest with you, it's best for all parties. Completely off topic, people, but we've actually forgotten about Calafiori. Can you blame me? In fact, I don't think we have. I'm doubting myself, people. Again, I just thought I was actually going to do this tomorrow. It's kind of late. I thought let me carry on. Calafiori, easy one. Rotation, he could move into a starter. Again, we've got competition for places. It's about just taking your chances. A new signing. If there's one area I'm happy about defensively, generally in terms of the options, it would be our defensive options with Calafiori, people. So probably best Kivio moves on. Calafiori rotation can push into the starter. Again, had his pre-season period, had there not have been a Euros, had there not have been whatever he's facing currently at the football club in terms of his fitness program, I personally think we're looking at him to start against Wolves. Unfortunately, that isn't the case. So at this moment, he's a rotationary option. Zinchenko, bench for me. Again, I'm on putting him into the sell, but I don't think it's smart at this moment in time to let both Kivio and Zinchenko go. Although if you get decent offers in what's left of the window for both, it makes complete sense to just get rid of both of them, if I'm honest. I do think Zinchenko could do with a bench role. As I said, maybe get the cup starts, maybe come off the bench in games we're chasing. I don't really want to see him on a consistent basis, playing for Arsenal Football Club at left back, starting 20, 25, 30 of the games. He is a Premier League winner. He was part of the season when we actually were being taken seriously defensively, and actually, we had Ramsdale, obviously Benjamin White was right back, the two centre halves we've got now, and Zinni, and he's had some good defensive performances, but unfortunately, you can count them on one hand. For all the inverted stuff and some good moments, he's a liability. So bench for now. Of course, if an offer comes, he steps into the sell for me anyways, and I'm actually moving him. I'm saying bench at this moment. To be fair, Kivio could stay there. And going back to Kivio, I'd say the one disappointment is I don't know what outstandingly you're good at. Like, what's the single asset that you're very good at, in which you could probably say about all the other left back options or players that can play there. And in the same way, if we all said Arsenal signing an Argentinian, a Brazilian winger, you're going to think exciting. We're signing an Italian defender. See what I'm doing with Calafiori there? Big up my club. You're thinking a Spartan. When you look at Polish centre halves or Polish defenders or neighbouring countries, you'd think there's a bit more still. I just think he's a bit too shy and a bit too timid. And I don't want to say lacking confidence because I don't know you. And you're an international footballer and you play for Arsenal, but doesn't look like he's got any confidence. Now, obviously, there are some factors I could obviously attribute to if he did lack confidence, that being the case, which is fair enough, but can only comment as a fan from what I see. Benjamin White, easy doors start, again, easy start for me. It's your place to lose. Of course, with a prolonged bit of fitness from Timber and Tomiyasu, there could be competition for places. Benjamin White is one of the first names on the team sheet currently. Kieran Tierney, you need to go. Again, if there's a reality where Kivio or Zinchenko leave, then maybe you could stay on the bench. I don't think Tierney wants that, and I don't think Mikel Arteta wants that. In terms of rotations, Jorginho for one more season, I'd imagine. Who else have we got? Thomas Partey starts for me, regardless of what we're doing with Mikel Moreno. Now, don't get it twisted. Mikel Moreno is probably going to, in my opinion, come in as third choice and take Partey's spot, because I don't think Partey's going to be fit for this full season. Of course, if offers from Saudi Arabia are true, then you've got something to think about for a 31-year-old who's in the last year of his deal, and you'd imagine is one of the highest earners, and you'd imagine, barring a miracle, isn't going to sign an extension at this football club. Of course, Moreno could come in and make him on a rotation option. But for me, if you put a gun to my head and Arsenal needed to win a game and everyone's fit, I'm starting Bukayo Saka, Benjamin White and Thomas Partey. If I'm completely honest, easy doors. Tavares is crap. So is Lokonga as well. So we can put both of them there. Martin Odegaard, Wondergaard, one of the first names on the team sheet. Easy there. The same says for Big Gabby as well. Tomiyasu for me is rotation. He could move into the cell, in my opinion, if injuries persist. But at the same time, I do like Tomiyasu. I think he's a key member of the squad, and he's one of our, if not the best 1v1 defender. Timber, again, at this moment in time, it's rotationary settings because we haven't seen much. David Raya is an easy one. He's going to start. Aaron Ramsdale, ideally be on the bench, but for you, it makes sense to be sold and us to just find some other options in goal. Kai Havertz, at this moment in time, while we're not going to sign a striker, apologies, for me, is the first name on the team sheet where the number 9 position is concerned. I'm not selling Gabriel Jesus. I'm sorry, I don't agree with the selling him. There could be a reality where I change my mind, but he's on the contract for a long time. And I think if he can stay fit, we've got a great player there. Maybe he could wrestle his space back up front from Kai Havertz. He's a rotationary option for me. Fabio Vieira, for now, you're going to have to be on the bench. But if I still feel the same way about Fabio Vieira this year as next year as I do this year, then I think it's something that, you need to be sold. And potentially in January, provided on fitness and what we do in the market, you could be someone that, unless you pull up trees, could be at risk in January of potentially leaving on loan. Probably more realistic to say next summer. Eddie Nketiah needs to be sold. It's best for all parties. Martinelli, big up Trossard, but Martinelli starts for me. Of course, with Trossard's form, he deserves to start. Trossard's probably one of our best rotationary options and deserves to start games, really. And to be honest, going into the Wolves game, you could argue Trossard, and it probably is right. Trossard should start ahead of Martinelli. So, in fact, at this moment in time, they're both kind of in the start category. William Saliba's another easy one, as is Declan Rice, people. Easy. Now, if we look at where people could potentially drop, there's a reality where Partey for me could move into rotation / being sold. I don't think there's a reality where Bukayo Saka, Odegaard, Gabriel, David Raya, and Declan Rice, as well as Saliba, are ever in that. Of course, you've got Calafiori who could move in there. Timber could move in there, which indirectly could mean, dependent on form and the periods and fluctuation throughout the season, you see, rotation around that. I'm quite happy around our fullback spots, in particular, Calafiori, Timber, Benjamin White, and Tomiyasu. Of course, they can all relatively play in at least minimum 2 positions defensively. I would love to wake up and say there's a reality where Fabio Vieira, is a genuine rotation option in the squad beyond being on the bench or potential first name on the team sheet. The same said about Zinchenko. I would love to see Ethan again. He's still developing, move into the rotationary option. The same goes for Lewis Skelly. I think any hope we've had of Reece Nelson really pulling up some trees at Arsenal and being a regular are probably gone. Tierney's days are numbered. It appears the same with Aaron Ramsdale. And at the time of making this video, Eddie Nketiah is probably the most likely one from this current existing batch to depart the football club. I'd love to be proven wrong about the people below, but I genuinely don't rate Marquinhos. To be fair, I don't think Carl-Heinz that crap, but I just don't think he's off the level. Lokonga, not enough. Tavares, when he signs for this football club, you'd expect a defender, regardless of what the modern day demands of attacking fullbacks, and most in the last few years, inverted fullbacks, to at least speak about the importance of defending and being good 1v1. Go and, if you care enough, go on Arsenal.com and type in Tavares signs for Arsenal. The man's talking about his right foot. Again, let me see if I can actually do this, people. Nuno Tavares. Oh, gosh. Let me actually put myself on the spot. I might flop, but I promise you, signs for Arsenal. I bet they're bad, man. They deleted it. I bet it's gone. I'm excited to be at a big club. Is this it? This is a video or something. Yeah, this is a video, so I can't even play it. But I promise you, people, beyond the point, Nuno Tavares likes to shoot with his right foot. Tavares, I like to shoot with my right foot. Nah, man, we're going off on a tangent, but we need to. I think I found it. If I found it, people, because I never lie to you lot, make sure you're hitting the subscription button. I never lie to you lot. And we need to go over here quickly and zoom in as well in that regards, because where is it? We're definitely not going to read it, people, but where is it, man? Where is it? Yeah, here it is. You would want to, at no point in this interview does a defender talk about defending. I am fast. I am good at shooting with my right foot, but I am left-footed. I can dribble, improvising. That's my qualities, my technique. I have more qualities, and I will find more in this club. What more did he find in this club? Again, a defender talking about I shoot with my right foot. Come on, as the first sentence as well, in relation to the question, needs to be gone. We did well to get him gone on loan with an obligation to buy. But that's that for me. Hopefully before the window closes, and actually before this video comes out, people, we've signed some other players to add to this and maybe have a revision of this, people. But that's my thoughts. Of course, form, game time, all of this stuff dictates for me these things changing. But at this moment in time, on the 15th of August 2024, that's what I'm rocking with, people. On that note, don't forget to let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you're following both of my YouTube platforms, both Deluded Gooner, which was the first one, and DG Sports Views. For now, though, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know if there's anything you would do differently and your thoughts on these players. Peace.